Welcome back, guys. This is the chat brought to you by the Elite Teens, and we're going to be talking about experiences in high school. It is really exciting and mesmerizing to finish high school and go into the next phase of life. So today I'm with really interesting people, and we're going to be chatting about our experiences in high school, the expectations that we have from finishing high school. So before I go further, let them introduce themselves.
My name is Enoch Utaganda. I graduated high school like 11 days ago, and I studied at Green Hills Academy, and I'm 17 years old.
I graduated from Green Hills, and I'm 17 years old as well.
So my name is Malaika, and I'm going to be the moderator of this chat today. And like I said, we're going to be talking about our experiences in high school, the worst, the best experiences. So we're going to begin with the worst experiences that we had in high school. Yeah, like from senior one going up. So Jennifer, what was your worst experience in high school?
I feel like the worst experience, especially for most people, I'm speaking personally, but I feel like it's relatable by most people, is if you haven't done a certain piece of assignment or work, and then you have to hand it in, and you have you're under pressure. It's on the last minute and you haven't done it, and you have to do everything possible to get it done. It's very pressurizing, and it was horrible. And I feel like it's kind of relieving now that I don't have to go through the same pressure again.
Really? Cool. Go through the same pressure.
At least for a while.
For a while.
I think the worst parts came usually towards the end. I feel like as you're finishing high school, you're also starting about the future, and then it becomes very scary. And then you put that on top of the work you have to do in order to actually graduate. So I think, as Jennifer was saying, basically the workload a lot. There's a lot of pressure, not even just from teachers, but then even your own parents, and the pressure that you also put on yourself. I feel like that was probably the worst part, and it's pretty scary.
And also, to add on to what you said, nearing the end of high school, when you start to realize that these people that I've been seeing every day for the last 4 years, I'm probably never going to see some of them again.
Yeah, that's true. That's really bad. Me too. My worst experience was the workload. I actually had a really big workload as I went from grade to grade. Actually, in the lower grades, it wasn't as much workload. I felt like it was free. But then, when I reached an A-level, I took a combination that doesn't exist at all. And it's really hard, very, very hard. So I am a science student, and I took a combination that's really, really hard. And the workload was a lot, the pressure for getting the best grades in the whole class. Okay, I wanted to study medicine. I'm not sure if that's what I want to do anymore, but the worst experience was the workload and the assignments that I had to do. So yeah, I think the work.
There's a lot of stress that comes with it.
Yeah.
So then,
especially
and also expectations that come with it.
Yeah, I relate to sciences.
Yeah.
No, I don't. But I did biology in grade 5 and 6, so it's the same thing.
Grade 5.
Grade 5, grade 6. What's the difference? I think it's the same thing.
It's not the same. It's not the same, trust me.
By yourself though.
That I think was the worst. So, what was the best?
I think the best wasn't even school. I think it was just the people. Because I don't think anyone can go and say doing schoolwork is fun. I don't think, even though, okay, some people say math. Actually, math is kind of enjoyable when you're not doing very hard math. And you understand what you're doing. That's probably an enjoyable part. But then the best part, I think, was meeting new people. Because as you go through high school, Like me, who's been at the same school, so like I see people come in, like I'm never like the new student. So like, oh, when you meet new people every year and stuff like that through like the whole high school experience, you even make new friends. You meet new people, and then like you realize these are like people you're gonna like that you love, and like people you're gonna keep in your life for a very long time. So I think the best part is like being with, like actually at school, and like not being home obviously, like even going to school, even when you have the workload, you'd have that time at like lunch or break where you talk to your friends, and it's actually fun, and like there's a lot of memories that go with it.
Yeah, adding on to what you said, I think my best part was similar. It's like the whole like environment, community of being at school instead of like the school work. It's like you and your friends, everyone has their own routines that they do at school. For example, just at lunch. At lunchtime, you probably went to that one spot that you and your friends like to go to, or you do something else, and that's when like the best memories are made and stuff. So I agree. I think it's like mostly about the people more than the school and the schoolwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your best?
To add on to that, actually, the worst experience is waking up in the morning to go to school.
Yeah.
Waking up at what was it, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and you have to go to school, and you don't wanna go out of bed, and it's raining. You just want to stay in bed, and you have to go to school. You didn't do your assignment. You have to go really early in the morning to copy someone else's assignment.
Yeah. It's like worse when it's like a public holiday, and then the next day you have to wake up.
Yeah, you have to wake up. And yeah.
After a good weekend.
Yeah.
After like a good weekend.
Like I felt the whole weekend just happened like in hours. Just
Yeah,
hours,
it
and
goes
then
by
it's
quick.
done.
When you're having fun, it goes by quick.
So my best experience is similar to you guys. The people around me, the fun that we used to have, even in class, the people are the ones that make the class actually enjoyable. It's not the lessons or the teachers. Though some teachers are good, but the people around make it really, really fun, like the friends, especially in the math class. It's weird why the math class is fun. It's just weird.
Yeah.
No, it's because people try to like distract themselves from like how they're not enjoying the actual lesson. But I feel like people don't enjoy math because of like it's hard for them. But when it's not hard, then you'd like it.
Yeah. So, what were the expectations that you had? Like, you see when you're in secondary, you like see the others graduate, you're like, oh, I could also graduate. But then as years go by and you get closer to graduating, the expectations get, I don't know, they change. So
yeah. I feel like as we went through high school, like towards like the end, like the actual end, you actually didn't want to graduate, because then you realize going to school is actually okay. When you take off like waking up in the morning and everything, you realize it's actually fun, and it's like where you actually have, it's like where you actually enjoy the most. I don't think anybody enjoys being home alone. Okay, not alone, you like your siblings and your family and everything, but then sometimes it's obviously not that fun, right? So then you actually realize, like towards the end of high school, I was kind of like dreading the graduation, because I was like, after this is like the end, you know? And it's pretty scary, because then after that you realize, when am I ever gonna see these people again? When am I ever gonna have this much fun? And like, oh, like, yeah, this type of fun, because like when you go in uni, you're probably gonna be very different. But then I think coming into high school, my expectation, I mean, I knew things were gonna get harder, I guess, and I knew that I was probably going to enjoy school less. But I think my expectation was basically growing up, like becoming more independent, and I guess maturing.
Mine, I think my main expectation for like going to high school was, I used to look at like the older high school students, and they looked like they had their life together, everything was in line, and I thought I would have everything figured out, what I want to study, which unis I want to go to after, and everything. But like I came to realize after that, as much as it looks like the people who are older than you have everything figured out, it's not like the reality, and that's not always a bad thing. It's just because it's time for you to like figure yourself out and what you want to do with your life. So I guess that was my main expectation that probably changed. Yeah, what about you?
My similar to yours, like I saw high school graduates, the graduates that were older than me, like wow, they have a good life. Like it's really nice to finish and do whatever you want and become independent. But then, as I grew up, I felt that it becomes hard.
Yeah.
Even when after graduation, it becomes really hard. You have to search for a job. You have to start paying for uni. You see the fun that you used to have in high school. I don't know, just disappears somehow. Like for me, yeah, there's no pressure, but I think there is a lot of pressure even after high school.
Yeah.
There is, though people become independent, there is pressure for finding a job, having to like have your own money or something, having to find what you really want to do with your life, like the rest of your life. So that was pretty much my expectation, but it changed like vastly. So yeah,
Like when you're like in S1 and then you see like people in the 6 and you see like they're like 6 foot and they have beards. I used to think by now I'm like 7 foot with like a full beard. It's coming. It's there. But then I'm not there yet, so that's also like an expectation, I guess, that I was disappointed. But I'm still growing, guys. I'm still growing, so it's fine.
I know, I also expected to look much older, but I actually look much younger than my age, which is so.
I have the same problem. Like I feel like it's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. But then last week I went for this thing. It's an agency that helps kids to apply.
Yeah.
Then they looked at me like, wait, why are you here? Like, aren't you 14 or something? I was like, no, I'm here to apply for university. Like, your age does not allow you to apply. I was like, no, I'm not 14. It was a fight. They're not accepting.
Just pull out your ID.
I had forgotten it. That's the problem. Yeah. So the expectations really change.
Yeah.
What are the things that you think you're going to miss in high school most?
I think also like my parents. I feel like when you're in high school, you're gonna see your parents a lot. Even if you're in boarding, you're still gonna have visitation and stuff like that. So I think I'll miss like at least being with my parents. Okay, I'm not gonna say like relying on them because that sounds mean. Eating their money, not like that. But then like gonna miss like actually like my mom actually caring. Like okay, my mom when I go to university, my mom is gonna care about me. She's gonna call me a lot. But then like there's a difference, because in high school you come home every day. Your mom has out school, stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna miss that, and I'm gonna miss like being like okay, not being treated like a child, but then being like not an adult, because like when you go to uni, when you go to uni, then it's over. Like you care for yourself, no one cares, But then in high school, like I guess I'll miss that aspect.
Yeah, me, I think one of the things I'll miss is like the routineness, if that's a word, of like high school. I'll wake up in the morning, I'll go to school, I'll do this and this. But then now it's just going to be like you have certain plans in one day and you can choose like how you're going to organize your day and everything. That's a nice thing because you're more independent and responsible. But I feel like it was just easier when everything is just planned out and you just have to carry out your part.
It's planned out for you.
Yeah, you just have to do your part and then go home and chill. And I feel like that's like childhood and we're growing up now and it's nice, but that's also one of the things I'll miss.
Yeah.
I also miss having fun in class. I actually went to one university class and they don't have fun at all. You just sit there, you don't know who's next to you. And then the professor comes and just speaks a whole hour, no questions, no nothing, just kids stand up and just go out and follow your own thing. Yeah, everyone is just like in their world. So I'm gonna miss like having fun with friends. You can do that like after classes, but you know, in class having fun is also nice. Yeah. So that's probably what I'm gonna miss the most. So yeah.
Plus, I feel like most of the friends you maybe made them like in class.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's gonna be different in like uni making friends. It's mostly outside of classes rather than inside. But yeah.
That's really nice. So I wanted to ask like how was it like studying online like last year? Did you even study?
Good question. No, okay, for me, I didn't like it at all. You see, we're talking about how it's hard waking up in the morning when you're actually going to school and seeing people and going to class. It was like 10 times harder waking up when you have online class, especially if you had like a math first lesson and you have to wake up and switch on your computer. And I feel like for some of my classes, I was just in bed and I would just open my laptop. And luckily, most of the classes we didn't have to like put on our camera, so that was also very convenient. But I really did not like online school at all.
I think actually the others did because they got time to sleep and
Yeah.
the only part they didn't like is handing in the assignment. Actually, which was easier because you could just take a snap of your assignment and send it to the other, and the other one also writes. So,
Yeah.
how about you?
Yeah. I guess it was not fun at all because you're just at home, online, and things like that. So it was not the same experience. So obviously, I don't think anyone likes online school more. But then, in like terms of like being able to relax, I feel like we actually relaxed too much, and then we didn't study as much as we should have, and then we ended up doing exams later on, and then they were harder. So I think it was good for like relaxing, but then we ended up relaxing too much because it was like a long time, and we just stay home, do nothing, sit at home, do nothing after doing the schoolwork. So I don't think it was kind of like a bad like end of high school.
But I feel like one good thing about it is because I think most people got like better grades than they usually get.
Yeah, because they cheated.
But that was the only perk about it. Everything else was just not good.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have graduated. If
Wow.
Yeah.
No, Jennifer, definitely.
Wow.
I wouldn't, but like Jennifer is a bit shaky.
Okay. So, I'm gonna ask one last question. Then we're gonna end the chat. So, what's like the advice that you would give to like kids that are probably gonna finish like next year? Or like advice?
Okay, I think for me the main thing is just like take it day by day because I spend some time like worrying about what I'm doing in the future, what I'm doing next, and I feel like all that doesn't matter now because I feel like most of it has changed. So I feel like the best thing to do is to think about where you are at now and then work on that day by day until like you reach what you want to reach.
My advice, I guess, would be like enjoy this time, and like obviously work hard so that you get like the grades that you want, and like maybe don't be too stressed or like too pressured because I feel like as you go towards the end you end up feeling very stressed, especially not even just about the schoolwork but then just about the future. So I would advise you maybe not to think about that too much and then get caught up in all that, and then just have fun, towards the end, and enjoy like the time that you have in high school because this is like the end. Like,
True. So my bit of advice is pretty much the same as yours. So like enjoy every day. Don't really think about tomorrow. Okay, yeah, tomorrow is there, but enjoy the day that you're in to the fullest, and don't really worry about the future because the future worries about itself. Anyways, so this was the chat. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Remember to subscribe and share. Thank you.
Thank you.